certified jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
All right, welcome back. eSIM Studios live stream here on YouTube. It's Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. Could be Sunday morning, could be Monday morning, depending on where you are viewing this. And I, as always, do appreciate the time. There might have been, so we're going to do a giveaway here on this live stream. There might have been some confusion because I've got multiple people messaging me asking what phone I'm giving away for our giveaway. Because if you look at our thumbnail, it says giveaway, and I threw some phones up there. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have a phone to give away. I put the phones up there just to make it look like a tech stream. I just didn't even think twice, didn't even think about it that maybe people might think I'm giving away a phone. I certainly was not trying to, resemble a phone giveaway. I plan on doing that maybe, I don't know, in a month or two, like sometime soon, but not today. I wanted to throw something up in the thumbnail to make it look like a technology themed stream, because a lot of times if I just say giveaway or if I just say a live stream, people viewing it, they don't know if I'm talking politics. They don't know if I'm talking, it's Sunday, maybe it's a religion themed stream. But I was like, should I put earbuds up there? I was like, let me throw some phones up there. And by the way, I have the Pixel 11 up there, which isn't even released, but whatever. We'll do a giveaway, and I'm gonna do the same. I can give you an Amazon e-gift card or a Cash App, or if you live in India, we'll figure something out if you win. So I do appreciate the time. Thank you for joining us today. Let's see here. Yeah, thank you. What's going on, man? It's always good to see you. Thank you for joining the show. Daniel, what's going on, man? Darth Thrifter, hello to you. Here for the giveaway? Sweet. Well, I have stuff to give away. Now, as I mentioned, what do you say, just the hat or adjust the hat? I just threw it on. Well, I've had it on for a little while, but whatever. Damn, now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yes, the phone giveaways. So I'm thinking about, so here's what I'm thinking. So probably, let's see, what month are we in? We're in April, so probably around June. I would say in about 2 months. I need to put something on the calendar. Maybe I'll take a note right now so I don't forget, and we can I'll start planning that. Now, I'm gonna need to buy a phone to give away, so it's certainly not going to be an iPhone. I was thinking about doing a CMF Phone 2 Pro, but here's the thing with nothing. Like with their phones, even the unlocked phones don't fully work on all the carriers here. So I don't even know if that's a good option, because what if you have AT&T and you win the CMF Phone 2 Pro, I send it to you and it doesn't work on with your SIM card? Or what if I, do what if you have Verizon and it doesn't work? So I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. It might be, I don't know. Let's say a Motorola. What's a cheap? Look, I'm not going to be giving away an S26 Ultra. Like, we're not there yet. Now, eventually in the future, I would love to do that. In fact, that's one of my goals, is to give away a $1,000 flagship smartphone, right? I plan on doing that. The channel needs to grow, needs to get bigger. Actually using some of my funds from Google AdSense for the revenue that this channel makes, I'm putting back into the YouTube channel, right? I actually advertise the channel and buying phones. That's how I bought the Nothing Phone 4A Pros, with some of the revenue with what I generate on the channel. So eventually we will get there, right? We're growing. So, but let me make a note here. to schedule a phone giveaway. And maybe some of y'all could give advice and or tips on what phones you think would be, a decent phone to give away. Oh, sweet. Yeah, man. Definitely. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, hope you're having a great weekend too. Thank you very much. You just bought the Motorola Signature because of his reviews. Thanks. Yeah, it's a good phone. In fact, it's such a good phone. 2 days ago, I was looking for another Motorola Signature. It's a really good phone. So yeah, I think I'm gonna buy another one. But we'll see. I think the prices need to come down a little bit. I think the cheapest one I saw was like $600. Moto G Stylus 2026. Oh, cool. Yeah, a lot of people just forget that Motorola has an actual stylus phone. It actually looks pretty cool. I think it has 8 gigs of RAM, and you can get either 128 gig or 256. And it does have RAM expansion. I know that 8 gigs of RAM seems a little low. And for today's world, it might be. You could still do, most things on it that you need, but you can always bump it up. You can always add, I think, 8, maybe 12 gigs of RAM. What is it called? Virtual RAM inside the operating system. So that should be fine. And Google Fi T-Mobile, the best for unlocked devices in the US. They allow any phone. Xfinity, yes, they are horrible. Paired with Verizon with many devices. I know. Let's see. I can tell you that Nothing Phone 4a Pro could not get 5G plus on AT&T, and that was a deal breaker for me. Send it back. Yeah, I'm actually using my Nothing Phone 4a Pro as my webcam. So I mean, look, I do have webcams here. I have one up here, but it's not plugged in. I have another one down here, like a traditional webcam. But I just use my phones. The cameras, I mean, the front-facing cameras on the phones today's are freaking awesome. So I use phones for my webcams, for these streams, for my recordings. But taking it back to the 4a Pro, I'm sending it back tomorrow. Nothing sent me an email yesterday of the instructions to send it back. My issue, now I have T-Mobile I'm using with the 4a Pro, but my issue, if you've seen a couple of videos recently of mine, it gets horrible network. I think I just have a bad unit. I've been messaging a few people, DMing people on Reddit. Everybody says theirs is fine. Like, I guess I got a bad unit. Now, I have not asked nothing for an exchange. I just said I want to return it. I'm looking to get possibly getting another Motorola Signature. So I don't know. I'm going to return it, and it doesn't even get Wi-Fi 7. Now, for those of y'all that don't have Wi-Fi 7, you do not know what you're missing. I was like, what's the big deal? Wi-Fi 7, my speeds are pretty fast. And I think I have Google Fiber. We've had it for the last 3 years. They just now offered Wi-Fi 7. We got ours put in about a month ago. Whoa, noticeable difference. It is insane how lightning fast my Wi-Fi is. It is insane. It is life-changing, especially for somebody like me that has YouTube channel, does streaming, uploading, downloading videos, literally in a heartbeat. Everything's done. I uploaded a 2 gig YouTube video yesterday. Seconds. It's boom. It's up there. It's in the clouds. It's insane how fast it is. Now, with that being said, all of my devices that I have are Wi-Fi 7 capable. My mini PC I'm streaming on, my HP OmniBook 14, whatever the hell they call it, flip, Wi-Fi 7, S26 Ultra Wi-Fi 7, OnePlus 15 Wi-Fi 7. Everything I have here is Wi-Fi 7. Now, the Nothing Phone 4a Pro, no Wi-Fi 7. It says on specs it only gets Wi-Fi 6. Now, somebody in the comments said, well, you're getting 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi, so that means you're getting at least Wi-Fi 6E. Might be true, but it's still not Wi-Fi 7. There's an enormous difference between Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 6E. Can you really tell the difference? not really, but it's night and day between Wi-Fi 6E and Wi-Fi 7. It's absolutely incredible. I pay for 3 gigs for Google Fiber, meaning 3 gigs download speeds, 3 gig upload speeds. I'm getting 2.5 gig download and 2.5 upload on my S26 Ultra each and every time I test my network. It's insane. My HP OmniBook laptop, 2.1, 2.2 gigs up and down. It's amazing. The Nothing Phone 4a Pro, I just tested it before the stream. I get 17 megabytes or megabits per second download. Like, I keep on testing it every day. I keep on checking for updates every single day. Nothing. Now, I was hoping an update. I was trying to hold on to it. I'm surprised nothing gave me 30 days, a return policy for 30 days. I thought it was 2 weeks, 30 days. So I was like, okay, so let me hang on to it for a little longer, see if I get a software update, see if that'll fix my network issues. I haven't gotten any updates. There was a day 1 update, but I mean, I was trying to hold out. Hopefully I'll get an update here the next day or two for April. Nothing. So, no pun intended. But if I don't get an update, I might wait one more day. But if I don't get another update, I'm just going to send it back because I need a device with Wi-Fi 7. And honestly, for the price that they're selling it at, is what? I think I paid $668 for the Nothing Phone 4a Pro. Check this out. If you price phones that's in and around that $650 to $700 price point, they all get Wi-Fi 7. So, and I didn't even really think of that when they announced this phone and when I purchased the Nothing Phone 4a Pro. I'm going to be honest with you, I overlooked that. That was my fault. I just assumed it would have Wi-Fi 7, and it doesn't. So, yeah. So, it sucks. Look, if my network speeds, if it didn't have so many crazy up and down network speeds, I'd probably still hang on to it, even though it does not have Wi-Fi 7. But here's the problem. Every time I use it, I don't know what I'm going to get with my network. Is it going to be fast? Is it going to be slow? For what I do, I can't worry about that when I use it. I can't wake up every day and be like, or before I record something and upload to YouTube, be like, well, damn, is it going to take 10, 15 minutes to upload this file? Because I can just send it to my S26 Ultra and they can send a video to YouTube in literally seconds. So you see what I'm saying? It's just not, it sucks. It's just the way it is. So I'll probably take the money I get from the return and probably buy another signature. I really, really want an Oppo phone, and now we're probably going to get into that. Now, I don't have a lot of topics to talk about today, which is probably a good thing for those of y'all that are ready for a giveaway. Not going to be a long show. I was looking for stuff to talk about, and I only found 2 things. Oppo, you can buy them already, and we'll look into that. The Find X9 Ultra I'm talking about, and I also have a story on side loading and Fire Sticks. Got some news in regards to that. So let's see here. Motorola has some good bundle deals. The 256 comes with a tag. Oh, really? No kidding. A tag, a watch, and earbuds. No kidding. You paid $750 after taxes and shipping. No import fees. Did you get yours from eBay? That's where I got mine. I ordered an S26 with a year of Mint Unlimited for $580, so I can use the service on the Moto. Oh yeah, and sell the S26. I prefer Moto. I know I'm weird. You have not. Okay, so never mind that. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Yes. Oh my God, I'm in love with these earbuds. Thank you for mentioning that. So look at this. I got the Nothing Buds A. I'm using these Nothing Buds A and I have 3. Nothing A and 3. Their flagship, top of the line, and then their budget earbuds. I'm using these ear A's with my laptop and my mini PC that I stream from. It is typically it's always a hassle pairing Bluetooth earbuds with PCs. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. I typically use Galaxy Buds. Well, I always use Galaxy Buds with my Samsung phone. And then I'll use some throwaway earbuds, or like I've been using, where are they? AirPods for Pro 3 or 3 Pro, whatever they're called, for my mini PC for streaming. If you go looking at the last month or so, every time I would stream, I would use a Apple AirPods, right? Since I got, but I would always have problems pairing it to the PC. I would always have to manually pair it in the Windows settings for cheap Bluetooth earbuds, for Apple AirPods. I always have to manually do it. These pair to Windows machines like it's a phone. I open it up, I put it in my ear, and I hear the little and it pairs automatically. Sound quality is fantastic. Battery life is long as hell. And then I have these Nothing Ear 3s paired to my S26 Ultra. Battery life is long. I get 8-9 hours of battery life. Sound quality is probably better than my Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. I don't have the 4 Galaxy Buds 4. These were perfectly fine, and this is the first year I did not buy the new buds that came out, because typically I'd always get the new Galaxy and the new buds every single year. And this year I was like, you know what, I don't really need them. Plus I knew I was the plan was to use the Nothing Phone 4a Pro as my daily driver and use these as well as my daily driver. Well, didn't work out. I'm returning the Nothing Phone 4a Pro, but I'm keeping these. These you cannot go wrong. I strongly recommend earbuds. Even if you don't want to pay the $179 for these, just these at $70 are almost a steal. It's that good. The sound quality is awesome. Battery life is long. It's just missing a few options that these flagship, come with. So I've always heard Nothing has really good audio products. I think Daniel said that before in the chat. They always have really good audio products, and I've always remembered him saying that, but never took the chance to actually purchase some. And they didn't send these. I purchased these with my own money, and boy, I'm glad I did, because I'm not letting these go. I'm keeping these things. They are absolutely phenomenal. And that's, for me to say that, I'm a Galaxy Buds lifelong user. Never in a million years thought I would go away from Galaxy. I even got these, and I hate it. I hate these. That's how much I'm a Galaxy Buds user. The stupid triangle. These things are stick out of your ear, and they're always falling out. Oh, that reminds me, these never fall out. They just don't. These Nothing earbuds do not fall out of my ear, and I have the hardest time finding buds to stay in my ear. So yeah, I'm a very big proponent of the Nothing audio. It is phenomenal. Yeah, I agree. You didn't care about Wi-Fi 7 much until I turned on MLO. That's right. What is MLO? MLO. Huh. Maybe I have a brain for it. It shocked me how fast Wi-Fi 7 was. I was like, what's the big deal? Wi-Fi 7. I get it installed, test it out. I'm like, holy crap! I see why it's a big deal. If you have an opportunity, if you have Google Fiber, look up. It's been out for like a year and a half, but it's just now starting to be widely accepted. You see routers on Amazon that are like, there's a good Wi-Fi router. You know what? I'll post it later in a community post. You can get a Wi-Fi 7 router now for like $80. Remember, they used to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You can actually find a good one pretty cheap now. If you get a new unit, I definitely love to hear if you get any better reception with it. I was getting 5G where I usually could, but it was very sporadic. Yeah, if you watch my, I had a, we'll do the giveaway here soon. Let me jump into this Fire Stick thing. But if you watch one of my network testing videos, not for Wi-Fi, but for carrier services, um, I put my T-Mobile SIM card in there, and I was like, "Oh wow, it shows 5G plus in the status bar." And I was talking about it on the video, and then I'm like, "All right, well let's test this thing." And as soon as I go to test it, it drops 5G plus. It just goes to 5G, and I'm like, "Well, that sucks." Um, Look, does it get good reception as some of my other phones? No, but did it get okay enough? And I'm talking about the from your carrier, right? Like outside of Wi-Fi. But I was thinking, it's probably good enough for me. It's acceptable to use, but was it as good as the S26 Ultra, as the OnePlus 15? No, it was not. It was not as good. But the whole Wi-Fi debacle, it's a deal breaker for me. Now I wonder, and they do their testing. The Nothing Phone 4a Pro is an all metal design. I wonder, and again, you'd think they test this in R&D and research and development when thinking about making a phone like this. Their testing units, does that all metal casing block carrier network signals, Wi-Fi signals? Now I know they have antenna bands around the phone like every other phone, but I'm just saying, most phones are metal borders but glass back, so it doesn't, the signals don't have a hard time going through glass or through plastic. It has a hard time going through metal. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I would assume it has something too, but if other people are not having a problem and it's just me, I don't know. I don't know. Yes, I live in Texas, in South Texas, in the United States. Yes, I do. I'm actually We the Vote Project. Heard of it? No. Do me a favor. I have my contact information down below in the video description. I have email. I have WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Twitter. I have all my contact information down there. Send me an email or whatever you choose. Send me an email. I would love to look into that. Send me an email about We the Vote Project. I would have not heard of that, but I would love to see what that's about and potentially get involved. But please send me some information. Yeah, look. Well, it's non-tech based. Let's whatever. Yes, I am here in the States. Bought the Find N6 from Giztop, waiting to get it North Carolina on Wednesday. Oh, sweet. I was just looking at razors on Best Buy. Best Buy has some good prices on these Moto razors. Now, I didn't really see I don't know. I'm very unknowledgeable in regards to Motorola. I just got back into them with a Signature. I kind of just never looked their way for years. Well, Motorola has phones. I know that, but just never considered even buying one. So I look into it. They actually have a number of razors that have different specs. I did see one that I liked, and it may be the one you're talking about. It has the Snapdragon 8 Elite, 16 gigs of RAM. It was spec'd out that I was looking at. So I was like, should I get that or another Signature? But they have a lot of options to choose from on Best Buy. Can buy me a PC. I'm a young man who has a dream. We might listen. I'm not gonna buy you a PC right now, but subscribe to the channel, and down the road in the future, at some point, we'll do that. Maybe a mini. Actually, I could do a mini PC giveaway. Now you would need a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, but I mean you could find those things for pretty cheap. Let me get in touch. You know what? A mini PC company reached out to me last week and asked if I wanted to review a mini PC. Let me get back to them, say yes, and then I'll use that as a giveaway. So we can do that as a giveaway on this channel. So yeah, just subscribe to the channel and I'll, you know what? Let me write that. I'm gonna forget if I don't write it. Okay, I got you. I got you. Is it really worth buying an Oppo device if the FCC can ban, maybe imposed in the US? I would say yes, but that's just me. It depends on you. If is it a risk? Of course. I was just thinking about that this morning because I was like, I found an Oppo phone that I might potentially get. It's the Find X9 Pro, and I know that's been out for a little while. And the reason why I didn't buy it is because I'm like, damn, I kind of want to see where this ban might come into play because I'm kind of interested in the Ultra as well. But you're right. If they ban it, so they go on sale officially on the April the 21st, which is what, Tuesday. You can already buy them right now. I promise we're going to jump into it here in a second. And then the FCC, it looks like they are going to ban them on the 30th. That's when the vote. That's when FCC is going to make an announcement and or vote on it. I'm assuming they are going to ban it because where there's smoke, there's fire. Everything looks like it's just kind of leading up to that point. So you essentially have 9 days to purchase one. Now, I don't think, here's my opinion, I don't think Oppo is going to make it available for the US anymore. When they first announced its availability a month ago, I was ecstatic. I was happy. I was like, hallelujah, finally, Lord, we get a really badass phone from Oppo. Thank you, Jesus. So, you know, like, oh my God, I'm so happy. And then all this comes out, and if you're Oppo, it does not make sense to make it available for the US for 9 days and then stop sales, and then potentially you won't even be able to ship those phones that you sold to the US because of this ban. So that's why I don't think it's going to be available for the United States. And remember, we didn't know this a month ago. So it looks like if you want one, you're going to have to go to eBay, Giztop, what have you, to purchase one. And even if you do go on a third-party website to buy one and you have it shipped here, again, I don't think this is going to happen, but it's certainly a possibility, is what if the FCC tells the big telecoms to stop sending service to all IMEIs that are Chinese-based or a Chinese-registered phone, right? Could happen. So is it worth it? I don't know. Only you can, make that decision for yourself. For me, I'm probably still going to do it and then risk it. And then if, let's say that happens down the line, the ban is put in place. Let's say the FCC tells the telecoms cut service to all IMEIs that register as a Chinese-based phone, Oppo, Xiaomi, Vivo, stuff like that. Shit, even OnePlus. I'd probably, put it up for sale on eBay or wherever. But that's just me. But is it possible that the FCC does that? It certainly is. But we just don't know right now. There's just, we just don't know. The hinge is a problem. I saw that the fold and tri-fold phones have problems like blue screens and stuff, lines across the screen. Knock on wood, I've never had that problem. I've had a ton of flips. I've never had a true fold, like a book style fold. I've had a ton of flips. Never had green. Well, I take that back, but I dropped the phone and then got the green line. But never had just a green line out of the blue. Now I know it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying chances are it won't happen to you because they sell millions of those things and green lines only pop up on what, a few thousand maybe. 857. Yeah. Is that the new one, right? I heard the new ones are pretty decent. I've never owned an A series from Samsung, but I think the new ones are pretty good. Yeah, I've never had a problem with the Fold, just like Daniel says. Just like Daniel says. I think most people here are from America. Now, I have viewers all over the world, but I think most people in the chat are American. Never heard of We the Vote. You can certainly fill us in the chat. Please, I certainly welcome it. So let us know. Yeah, I don't either. No politics, no religion. That's why I told them to email me and I can discuss it then. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. But we don't discriminate here. We definitely don't discriminate. Shit, my best friend in college is Muslim, so I don't care. I don't care what religion you are. I just don't talk religion. You see what I'm saying? It's not an issue to me. Let's see here. They're going after ISPs on streaming too. More and more BS as greedy corporations are getting out of hand. They are. Now, I've been on for about 30 minutes. We're going to do the giveaway. But I wanted to get into this topic, right? Speaking of ISPs and cracking down, let me share my screen here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Then we'll roll into the giveaway. So this has been becoming an unfortunate thing in the tech world. Let's see here. Share screen. Which is... Come on now. What is going on? And I got all these ads. Speaking of Wi-Fi 7. Okay. So Amazon's new Fire TV Stick HD signals the end of sideloading. Now that's not real big news because, we've kind of, knew the tech world was headed in that direction. But this just solidifies the end of sideloading, at least for the Fire Sticks. And because, geez, we all know, maybe you have one. I don't have one, but I have Android TV boxes. I'm going to give you a solution here in a second, but we all know people that have the Fire Sticks, right? What do you call them? The jailbroken Fire Sticks. Or you can watch boxing, you can watch the NFL and movies galore. Well, you got to sideload stuff onto that, right? Now, Amazon is moving away from Android, and they have their own proprietary operating system called, I think, Vega OS. It's kind of like Android, but they strip it of all Google Play services. And they're not going to allow sideloading anymore. So that means no more sideloading your IPTV apps, no more sideloading Kodi, no more sideloading any movie sports apps. You're basically stuck to what comes on here or what the app store that they offer delivers to your device, right? Which kind of sucks, right? Because they're essentially trying to force us to purchase this content, right? Now, I would be lying to you if I said I don't have a few devices in. How do you think I watch the NFL every Sunday, right? Movies, hello, they're mad expensive now. I think the last time we went to the movies as a family, it was like $100. I'm like, are you $100? So they're doing it to themselves. They're pricing themselves out, especially in this economy. And that was that was 3 or 4 years ago. That's why I haven't been to the movies since, because I was like, man, screw this. We are never going to be paying another $100. It's fun to go to movies every now and then, but that's why I just got a 75-inch TV in the living room. I got a cool setup, right? Anyways, there's a way around it. So if you still want to watch the movie stuff, if you still want to watch the sports stuff, you can still do that. It just takes a little bit of tinkering, maybe a little bit of homework, and maybe just a little more money. So the new Amazon Fire TV Stick is, I think, $35. Now, you can always go with the Walmart brand, the On Android 4K box. I don't even like those. Now, that's a China manufactured product. I know On is a Walmart off brand. It's manufactured in China. Not that that's a big issue, but I'm just saying those typically these streaming boxes have very, very poor specs, especially with the stuff that I'm loading onto it, because you need a decent amount of RAM. A lot of these this Fire Stick here has like 1 or 2 gigs of RAM. That on 4K Android TV box that you can get at Walmart has like 2 gigs of RAM. Have you tried? How do you think that would go if you used a phone with all your streaming shit on there and with 2 gigabytes of RAM? Not a good experience. There is a solution. There is an option though. Vega OS is the name. It says customers are still looking to buy the device. Now they're being warned you won't be able to sideload apps. I came across on GitHub. I came across a really cool modification where, here's the thing. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now, but I don't have any problem sideloading apps. Like, maybe it's because I have a developer profile, but I just sideloaded a couple apps just 4 or 5 days ago. I don't know, but it's apparent that they put this strong statement out to block sideloading, and then they kind of walked it back a little bit. Again, I don't have any problem sideloading, but if you want to continue having, the old school Fire Stick with streaming stuff on there, here's what you're going to need to do. Go to Amazon, and now you may have to spend a little bit more money, but do your research. It's called an Orange Pi. It's like a Raspberry Pi. It's a little SBC, a small board computer. This is essentially what these Android boxes are. Just a SBC, a little small circuit board with peripherals on there where you can plug in stuff, a little CPU. But this blows away these what is this? An Orange Pi? These Orange Pis blow away any Amazon Fire Stick. They blow away any on Walmart branded 4K TV streaming box. Now they can go up to like $250, but that's way overkill. You don't need anything that's $250 that they sell. Where's the one I was just looking at? This one right here is a pretty good option. You can get it up to 8 gigs of RAM. No, that says 4 gigs. Anyways, I might link down below when this is over. I was thinking about doing a video on this, ordering one, taking you through the process, because here's what you do. You got to order one, and they come with they don't come with anything, but you can buy a little box that it goes in and a power cord, and then you have to supply the operating system. Now with this, you can put a little storage on the back, a little M.2, but obviously external storage is very expensive, but this is cool because it can run on an SD card, a little micro SD card. So you can install Android on that little micro SD card, stick it in this little mini PC here, and you can run Android on this, and you can sideload. The point of it is you can sideload any apps you want, any apps galore, and it runs stock Android. So you're not going to be forced to be using plus a lot of times I don't like the Google TV operating system. It kind of sucks. This gives you full Android. You get updates. You don't have to worry about anybody tracking you, anybody putting a backdoor in there for your payment information. This is as bare bones as it comes, as stock as it comes, without any extra Amazon looking at you, without any Walmart on stuff looking at you. So this is going to be your best option. I'll probably link it down below, and I'm probably just going to go ahead and buy one and then make a video on it. See, it'll come with a little power cord here, and then they also sell little boxes down here that you can mount it in. Where are they? Usually they have little sellers here that just sell the box that you can mount it in. I don't see them now, but anyways, I'll probably order one this week and then make a video, take you through from start to finish once you get it in, because you do have to load the operating system, you do have to supply the SD card, and you're gonna have to supply the box that it goes in. But this right here, this will last you for years. You don't need anything with 16 gigs of RAM. Hell, even 12 gigs of RAM you don't need. If you're just running the movies and you're just running the streaming I would say 8 gigs is perfect. But 1, 2 gigs of RAM, no, that's not going to cut it, you know. Um, but that's about all. That's there's really not much going on in the world today of technology. So, well, how long have I been on for? 43 minutes. All right, let's do this. Oh yeah, the new Shield. I do too. I had one, and then what did I do with it? They've been out for like what, 8 years now. What did I do with it? I think I gave it to my dad, or I gave it to, I set it up and gave it to a family member. I can't remember. Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? It says, Raymond Jimmer says, I love these people telling you what you can or cannot do with your device that you paid for. I know, it's insane. Um, Fortunately, there's usually ways around everything. Now, with my way, I'll probably look into it a little more this evening and see what the best, cheapest way or option outside of the Fire Stick avenue is. Because I'm not going to tell you to, oh, well, the Fire Stick's $35, and I'm definitely not going to tell you to buy something that's $198, right? Because it's like, it's way off. You know, it just wouldn't make sense. But I think you can get away with spending, I don't know, 50, $60, which isn't too bad. I mean, everybody's different, but I certainly think it's worth it. Look, this will last you for years, and you're going to be getting free stuff for years, so it'll potentially save you thousands of dollars, right? So I don't think it's too much to ask for. I'll find a sweet spot, and I'll probably order one and make a video on it. So, okay. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for just in time. Let's do the giveaway. Am I missing anything in the news? I really didn't see anything. Let's see here. What am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything. Let me see if I have any more gadgets to give away. Give me a second. Let me go in my pile of stuff over here. I don't think so. Not in here. Does anybody watching have a an S26 Ultra? I have a thin-born case I can give away. And we're going to do the official giveaway here, a drawing here in a second, but I have Crave I have Crave case. You got S26 Ultra? You want a thin-born case? It's like $80. I can send it to you. And I have Crave too. Crave cases. You're good? Okay. Email or I think I have your address. S25 Ultra. I think I gave all my S25 Ultra cases away. I take that back. Lucky you. All S25 Ultra cases, and these are all essentially brand new that I've done case reviews on and haven't used them. So I got a clear one. I think that's Rinky. I got official Samsung. I got official Samsung clear case. I got official Samsung blue silicone case, and I have a Caseology Nano Pop case. Email me. I'll send them all to you. Email me. Get with me after the show, and I think I have your address, but again, just to confirm, I don't want to send them to somebody who has an iPhone. I'm like, what the hell? So I got you. So, get with me after the show. Same thing with you, Mike. Get with me after the show, and I'll send you a thin-born case, S26 Ultra thin-born case. Pro Max 17 Pro Max. Yeah, I think I do. Hang on. You know what? At the very least, I think I have a glass screen protector. Email me. Get with me after the show, and I'll look. I don't want to waste time here. I'll go through my stuff and see what I got. Okay, you ready? S24. I definitely don't have any S24. Well, I might. Just get with me after the show, and I'll see what I got. Okay. Let's do the gift card giveaway. So put #gift in the chat. #gift. And I will set this up for everybody. Let's see here. Let me add this. Okay. I'll give everybody just another few seconds. Do y'all drink Celsius? Yo, this is like candy right here. The grape flavor. Whoa, this is good. Oh my God. I normally don't drink energy drinks, honestly, especially this time of the day, but I got work to do after the show. That's good. Okay. Is everybody ready? Hey, Carlos, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing all right today. All righty. Hey, what's going on? Let's do this. All right. Big Jeffro X438. Congratulations to you, sir. I definitely have your contact information. I'll get with you in just a few minutes. Now, email me. Oh, not you. I have your information, but people that want cases, get with me. Contact information down below, and I'll go through my stuff right now and see what we have that I can send to y'all. And other than that, I can't think of any. Oh yeah, real quick before we get out of here. I know there were some people that just wanted me to do the giveaway, and that's fine. But those of y'all that wanted to potentially purchase a Oppo Find X9 Ultra, they are for sale now. I'm not linked to this online retailer. I don't know affiliates or nothing like that. But if you're interested, I did want to let you know that you can buy one right now. Where did I save this at? Notebook check. Got some prices on here. So look at this. Oppo Find X9 Ultra, global models already available for purchase with up to 16 gigs of RAM. So apparently, officially, it doesn't go up for sale until April 21st. But a company opened up reservations earlier this week for the new flagship. Now, there's two sites that have them for sale. One site is a YouTuber that has the Average Dad, I think, that has I don't know if he owns this website or if he's obviously affiliated to the website, because I was watching a Oppo Find X9 Ultra review and he was trying to sell these things. So he's tied to them some way, whether he owns it or he gets kickback commission, I don't know. But look at this. So it says typically these handsets are sold in Hong Kong and lack software restrictions associated with importing a smartphone running Chinese software. It's worth noting that the likes of the Average Dad and Trinity Electronics sell the China versions for significantly less than the global counterparts. Now remember, if you get one, it's like buying, if you've ever looked for purchasing a OnePlus phone, it's like buying it from Giztop or buying it from OnePlus themselves. Giztop has it cheaper, considerably cheaper. I think they're like $600 on Giztop when OnePlus is asking $900. So what's the difference? Well, the ones on Giztop, and I'm assuming there's kind of the same deal with this Oppo Find X9 Ultra, comes with a Chinese ROM on it. Now, the seller will typically open the box and flash the global ROM on top of the China ROM. That's typically how it works. I don't know if they're doing that to this though. So please look into that and or be aware of that if you're interested in buying one from these outlets, because to be honest with you, I looked into it a little bit today, but I was in a hurry doing something else and I didn't really have time to, really sit down. I didn't have time to really sit down and see if that's what they do. I know Giztop does that, but again, I don't know what they're doing here. But it says the Find X9 Ultra starts at $1,310, $1,310 with Chinese software on Average Dad, which is a website, but $1,724 with the global software. Similarly, Trinity Electronics charges over $150 more for a global variant of the Find X9 Ultra. Both importers are selling the Find X9 Ultra with up to 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage, with the global software pre-installed. So let's jump on the website and see real quick if it states anything about flashing the global ROM or if it just comes with the China ROM. I don't know. Let's see. By contrast, Oppo has confirmed that it'll only offer 12 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage internationally. Damn, wait, what? Oppo's confirmed it'll only offer the 12 gigs of RAM variant internationally. Huh. That's weird. For these phones, these Ultra phones, or these phones like this specifically, you're going to need 16 gigs of RAM. Look, I'll be the first one to tell you, every now and then I'll just buy the cheapest model just to get my foot in the door, just to have a device. But the software, the camera software that this phone specifically uses, actually needs a lot of RAM to process some of the images. And look, I may not be the best person to explain it, but I was watching a video where they were saying how the RAM on this phone specifically needs a decent amount of RAM to, I don't know, do something magical with the photos. Could you get the 12 gigs of RAM and it worked fine? I'm sure. But look, here's the thing. If you're going to be spending, what is it? $1,300, $1,700. If you're going to be spending $1,800 you better give me all the RAM possible. Like, I'm not spending $1,600 and getting 12 gigs of RAM. Are you shitting me? No, thank you. Both importers note that global versions will start shipping the week commencing May 4th. In comparison, China SKUs, meaning China models, should begin shipping April 23rd. Damn, so they're going to get these Chinese models out the door here in just a couple days. So this is Average Dad Tech. Oh, so he's selling both the... Okay, maybe I overlooked that. So the Average Dad Tech website is selling both the Chinese version and the global version. But here's the thing I don't know. Can you buy the China version cheaper? That's $1,300. And have him flash the global ROM on top of that so you can save some money, so you don't have to just buy the global ROM at $600 more. See what I'm saying? Let's see. Is that even an option? And then we'll look at Trinity Electronics. So let's see here. So here is the Findex. This is the one with the China ROM on it. So let's see what colors they got. Brown, orange, and white. So they have the 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte. Wow. So hold up. So the cheapest 16 gigs of RAM, I could use this. 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage. That's like what my S26 Ultra, or excuse me, not the RAM, but the storage I meant. Let's see. That's the other thing. When is Samsung gonna put more RAM in these phones? Let's see. China version. So it doesn't. What is this? It does not look like it's gonna. If you buy the China version, it looks like it's gonna come with the China ROM. Like there it doesn't look like. I don't see an option where you can flash global on top of it. Will it even work here? It just says standalone, non-standalone. Huh. Nano SIM, and eSIM. Huh. Interesting. Well, now let me go back and look at the global version. Well, see, the global version here has 16 gigs. Damn, that's expensive, man. Freaking $2,000 for this thing. Oh boy. Let's see what the Trinity Electronics has. They have them in euros. They don't have it in dollars. Let's go with Brown 16512. I guess you'd have to do the conversion yourself because I don't see USD here. Interesting. Holy crap, this kit for the Vivo X300 is $411. Damn, you gotta be like a super duper holy crap. The professional kit, $2,000. Well, that's euros, but still. Damn. So that's the China version. Wow. Well, it doesn't look like they flash ROMs on here either, but can we get network information? Let's see. Original seal unit, 1-year warranty, not global version. So it looks like if you order China version, you're getting China version. Now, does GizTop have them for sale? Because they could potentially flash. And you know what? Let's find out real quick before we get out of here. Let me see. Let's find out. There's the N6 Platinum. That looks nice. That looks nice. Ooh. That looks nice. Did you see the new Find X10 Pro? The next version of this one, X10 Pro. They're going to reduce the screen size. So this one is the same size as the OnePlus 15. It's like a 6.82 or 6.78 inches. On the X9 Pro, the new Find X10 Pro is going to be 6.58 inches. So they're going to reduce it just slightly, but that is almost the perfect size because it's big enough to where you're going to have a nice and big screen, but it's not ginormous like this S26 Ultra where you got to kind of move it around in your hand just to make selections on the screen. A 6.58 inches is perfect, where nice, still a decent size screen, but small enough to where you can use it with one hand. I don't see the looks like they don't have it yet unless we scroll up on it. Find X8 Ultra. Huh. Well, here, I guess Giztop will probably have them on their website. Because see what the other websites are doing, like the Average Dad Tech and the Trinity Mobile or whatever it's called, Trinity Electronics. What they're doing is they're just pre-selling them. Meaning, if you buy one right now, they're not just going to ship it to you tomorrow. You can buy it, but they're not going to ship it, like the article said, until... They said the China version is shipping on the 23rd, which is like Wednesday or Thursday. And then the global versions are not shipping until May 4th. So that's, I don't know, about a week and a half away. So interesting. I just thought, you know what? Let's see here. Let's see what bands, because this would be the closest thing to it, no? No, I guess it would not, because the modem inside would be different. Because normally they'll have, this is a Chinese edition, only supports multi-language. This smartphone is pre-installed with Google Mobile Services, Google Play Store, OTA updated, supported. I wanted to find the bands. I wanted to see if we ordered one here in the United States and we got it shipped to us. I mean, I have T-Mobile, and it's the obvious carrier you're going to want to have if you're importing a lot of phones. That's what you're going to want to have. So I'm sure T-Mobile would work, but let's see what else. Damn, I can't slide over. What the hell is going on? So at least it has band 12. My phone uses that a lot, and it just cuts off at 40 because... Can I make it smaller here? What the hell's going on? Damn it. Oh, here we go. So 5G is on top. So they got bands 12, which is T-Mobile, 41, which is T-Mobile, but they don't have 71. So it's missing. It has 2 out of the big 5G bands that T-Mobile uses. 12 and 41, that's good enough for me. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye on it if that interests you. The Oppo Find X9 Ultra. Thought I was definitely going to get one about a month ago, and now I don't know. I just have to wait and see. But stay tuned to the channel. I check on this stuff like literally every day, so I'll make sure to keep everybody updated with what's going on with and not just the Oppo Find X9 Ultra, but Vivo, right? Xiaomi. There's a lot of phones that could potentially be affected by this whole FCC thing. You know, yeah, I think you mentioned that last time. I've never had a Sony phone. Never had a Sony phone. They look cool, and I've heard they take fantastic photos. Yeah, no problem. Cool. Awesome. It said it would, but you're right. I haven't seen a Chinese phone with an eSIM in it. I know that's what I saw on this one. Let me see if I can go find it. I saw it on this one and I was like, I don't know about that. Because why would they? I mean, they're probably going to do eSIM at some point, but are they going to start with this phone eSIM? I don't know. This is global. Let's go back to the China version. Where was it? Here that said eSIM network. See, it says eSIM here on the end, but you're right. I don't think it will. I think that's just a generic copy and paste type of thing that your average dad tech, the website, I think just copied and pasted that. I would be shocked if it had eSIM, quite honestly. Maybe he just copied and pasted the global stuff, which shame on him, because people like us that need to see if it'll work with the carrier. Does it work with this band? Maybe people don't do that, but I do it all the time. So we'll have to wait and see. I guess time will just tell if it is eSIM capable on the Chinese version. So let's see. Any chance that Sony will be interested in rejoining American markets in the near future? I don't think so. Now, well, maybe, right? Who am I to say they're not? But I wouldn't bet on it, I guess, is what I would say. The phone market is extremely hard to penetrate. Now Sony has a lot of cachet, right? Just like Daniel was saying, they go back way back, but it's very difficult because so many people are so set in, especially here in America. It's just either iPhone or, I was going to say Samsung, but and I know Sony uses Android operating system, but is it really going to thrive? Are they really going to make a profit if they sell their phones here? Maybe, but interested? Yes, but will they really do it? I don't know. I don't see it, at least at this point, because Sony's still technically not an American company. So if the FCC on April the 30th chooses to ban, I guess, or they're going to invalidate any phone that's not thoroughly vetted by the FCC, and let's be honest, it's just a shakedown. That's what it is. But they're doing this ruling to essentially pick and choose who and what phone companies they allow in the United States. This is not like a free and open market. So that would affect Sony, right? So I think, where is Sony based? In Japan? Anyways, they're outside the US, but I would like to see them join the American market again. I think the more the better. So I would welcome them with open arms, honestly. But we need more competition here. I wish Oppo wasn't getting boxed out. I wish Vivo would come in here. I wish Xiaomi, just like we were saying the other week, I wish Xiaomi would sell their electric vehicles here, right? Like, they're badass. They blow Teslas away. So it's just, it's frustrating if you're a tech fan and you live in the United States, because we get screwed in so many different aspects. But just the way it is. Oh yeah, I already got that one. You're certainly welcome. Yep, I do too. I know. Boy, oh boy, Pixel with Snapdragon. Woo! That would be the day. That would be they would receive a warm welcome here. Yes, that would be the day. All right, folks. I am going to get up on out of here. I do appreciate the time. Thank you very much for spending a little time with me this Sunday afternoon. I really appreciate it. As always, please have a safe but enjoyable rest of the weekend. And those of y'all that have a phone or potentially want a case, get with me and I'll send you whatever I got in stock. So appreciate the time, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace. Did that article state they are also C? Yeah, I have no clue. Yeah, Goosetop does flash. No eSIM. Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. I'll get with you here in just a second. Peace out.